All right, so welcome back. We're going to look at some hip mobility stuff today, some glute mobility stuff to help you guys with that squat patterning. So we have Nate Palmer here, one of our trainers. He's going to demo some awesome glute mobility work. So take it away, Nate.
So one common problem that people see with the squat is bending forward way too much at the waist or rounding their lower back. This can be a function of really tight hips. Starting from like the glute medius or maximus. Something like that stems from sitting all day potentially. So one of the ways to remedy this, before you start squatting, would be a good mobility drill to do after a hip foam rolling session, would be to assume a half pigeon position. This is a yoga position where your knee is at a 45-degree angle right here, and your hips are turned straight, pointing straight. Two common mistakes that are made would be the foot falling inside like this, or the hips turning out like this. Okay. So you want to make sure that the hips are centered and that the foot is at as close to a right angle as possible. So if that means coming in a little bit more so you're not quite down so far, that's totally fine. Now what you're going to want to do is, if your right leg is in front, you'll take your left hand and lock down that foot as long as that's comfortable on your knee. And what we're going to do is, keeping a neutral spine, we're going to just bend forward at the waist here. So what you don't want to see is rounding forward like this. This is not what you're looking for. You want to keep that nice, long, elegant spine, bend forward at the waist, and come back up. So we're going to go to that initial point of as much tension as you can feel in that hip, and then back up. So we'll do this 10 times. So 10 times, just down and up right here. This speed is totally fine. You don't have to go very fast. Keep it nice and controlled. And then to adequately hit more muscles in the hip and not just a single muscle, what we're going to do is take your belly button and bring it towards your foot outside. Put your hand down here, and then again drop down as far as you can, stretching out those glutes. 10 times right here. And then when you finish the 10, take that belly button again, turn it towards your knee as far as you can, and drop down here and get a different stretch. So all three of these are going to be stretching out different musculature of the hip and hopefully opening up that hip, so when you come back to the squat, it's not going to be dropping down here, but it'll allow you to stand up straighter and drop down through the hips like that.
Beautiful.